Now then, and welcome back to another episode on the FTOG server, playing some more Quantus. Hi, welcome back. We are still in the Magic era. It's been a few weeks, we're still in the Magic era. We will be moving forwards once people have done what they need to do in the Magic era. We'll be moving forwards to start a Steel era. And that is one of the great things about this mod pack. I'm working on something here today that I want to show you. This is going to be a chamber, a room. I was initially thinking that it was going to be a bedroom, like a personal chamber, a bedroom, and it's going to be accessible from up here, walk in and so on. But I'm starting to figure that I need something a little bit different in this area, and I'll show you why. First of all, though, let's explore what I have been doing while not recording episodes, while I've been playing on the server. Okay? Let's have a look around here. So, to start with, world, load in. I've just logged back in, so the world hasn't had time to load in yet. And now I'm flying. World, load in. Okay, you can see kind of the bits and pieces that I've been doing along here. Looks pretty good. I'm going to start around the other side, though. So, we were working on this tower previously, just before we made the wood chopper, the Botania farm. We were working on that just before, and I put this tower in, and I wanted to wrap the tower around and start working this way up to the first two levels, because the first two levels are going to be for the first couple of eras. So we've got up to the top of the black there is the marking of the end of the Magic era, and then above that should be into the next era. Well, the whole base gets developed up a little bit, but I would like to do sort of like stacking on top of each other. So that means that this area through here is also part of the Magic era, and that one on top of it would also be part of the Magic era, which I really don't have that much stuff to put into the Magic era, because Grok's built his base with all the stuff I need right next door. So yeah, what I did do was I was building this this little area out here for a dining room to go off from the kitchens, and that was going to be the setup there. I've kind of figured out what I wanted to do with the windows here. I still feel those plant pots on the top there need a little bit more of stuff draping over them and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't decided what I want to use yet. I don't want to just bung some vines on it. I don't want to just do that. And we've got these pillars here, which are from Architectural Craft. So I don't want to use chisel and bits necessarily around all of these architectural blocks, because they didn't work very nicely together in the earlier versions of the pack, and I don't want to break that. But I have continued around here, bringing the same theme of the black with between the stone around here. I haven't done the chisel and bits in around here yet. I've got the chisel and bits in up to this point here, look. But I haven't started doing these ones here yet, all the way around. I've just started building it up, and we've brought this farm a little bit further out, just a little bit further out, and we've leveled the bridge around it to make it a platform that goes all the way down there. And it comes all the way around to here now, and joins up with a bit of a rock face here, which then will go into the farms, which is good. It's all good. And the farms are going to link to that manually and all that kind of stuff. Right, so I've done all that, and on the next level up, I've started defining kind of where it's going to be, where the next midway point is, and I've been looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and trying to figure out. Let's just go up on here where we get a nice big view of it. Up. Been trying to figure out, looking at it from this kind of point of view. Oop, let's get in front of that. Just there. There we go. That's a good view of the place, isn't it? I've been trying to figure out just exactly what I want that section to look like. And I feel like the inside there goes in way more than I was expecting. And it's all of a diagonal. Building walls on the diagonal is very difficult. As I found out down there doing the glass, building walls on the diagonal is very difficult. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to achieve with this, and with the amount of greenery that there is around here, I'm actually thinking of making it a lot more natural looking and have the walls set back even further. So we've got more walls up towards the very top of the mountain. And this lower lying area that we're into at the minute is going to be covered in like natural grass and settings like that. So I'm thinking of putting some sort of mystical cave in and around here as well. A mystical cave setup. And the mystical cave setup also ties in nicely with how to do all the magical crafting, because the Botania crafting room down here is a bit cramped. Not that I think I'm going to make more space for it, but down here, the Botania crafting area is a bit cramped, and it's literally just a few things that I use for crafting bits and pieces for Botania when I need something for Botania, which isn't very often. It isn't very often. And if I really need, I can go over to Asgard's and use his Botania setup to get all the things made that I need for Botania over there. And also in here, this dining room, I wanted to make it some kind of dining room. I wanted to make it look like a dining room, but it's got to have some kind of function as well. What kind of function could we give it? I don't know. Like, even this hallway here has a function of being storage for building blocks and different building materials, and the special block types and chiseling bits and chisel blocks and all that kind of stuff are stored under the stairs. So the room's still got a use. In here, this room is going to need a use. As every room in the house is having a use. This is designed ready for a future use. I just wanted to put it into place and get it built up ready. Looks pretty cool though. Then you'd come through some doors here, and this room has a use. It's where the animals get harvested, and their meat gets set up into a little area here, and we get to keep all the meat. And that is right next door to... Hey, how you doing? Get fine. Right next door to what would be the tavern area, the public bar, where we're going to sort all the food and drink and stuff out. But I would really like this little section here to be something to do with beer manufacturer stuff, really, for going into the bar a bit later on. So it's just a temporary Botania setup, just so while I was working on this little bit of the farm here. So I think I need to put the Botania setup upstairs, and into this next little section up here I would like to put the Botania setup. So bing, let's settle down over here. And also, while I'm at it, I think I want to do a bit of roots, because I've been looking into the mod and there's a few cool little things that I think I want to do with roots. So back into the bedroom over here, there's this little crate of root stuff. And literally all I know about the mod is that you get old roots from breaking grass, and they get a runic tablet every now and again from like adventuring around. But you can also make the runic tablet with one of those old roots, some seeds and some stone. So that's about all I know about roots. I've never played with roots before. So looking at this, it doesn't really go through where to start or what to do first. It shows you how to harvest bark, okay. Shows you how the materials are. There's lots of raw materials and things that we can get, and I've seen all these different materials before, and I can see how to get them, so that's good. Growth powder to making grass within blocks around it, which is useful. A stew, healing poultice, all useful little things. And then they've got mortars for crushing stuff down, easy to make, and a pestle and all that, and I guess that's used for a lot. There's an imbuing station, which is a chiseled stone brick and some stone. It's really, really quite simple looking, right? It's really quite simple looking as a mod. But there is something in particular that I've spotted that I'd like to have a go at. Not only for spells, where are the spells? The crystal staff? Crystal staff. I think there's spells on the crystal staff. Okay, maybe there's not spells on the crystal staff, but there is magic that you can put on the spells on there. Mechanics, is it on the altar? Nope. Living tools, standing stones? No. Where's the spells? Rune stones? No. Spells are on the other page. There you go. I'm going to derp through all this. Oh, that's it. All of these are spells. Okay, these are all spells. So these are modifiers and terror, costing something or other. Lots of spells that you can make, such as teleporting, ender warp, Electric spark, I guess, could be lightning strike. Water blast, firing water at things. Wind, blowing stuff away. Solar smite, making the undead burn. Growth, which is an important one, and to grow crops faster. Rose thorns, regeneration, which is a good one for standing around with a magical spell. Shielding, to stop mobs getting to you and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of cool spells, right? And there is this crystal staff as well, which you can add 4 spells onto, right? Up to 4 at once, okay? And all of this kind of stuff, I kind of understand where it's coming from. I use the altar, as it were, to make all these bits and pieces. Then I burn these 4 different things with those different things on the altar in the middle there, and it makes the thing for me. That's what I know. That's what I know. Okay, I'm just getting started rounding up all the bits and pieces. I've got plenty of old root. Verdant sprigs come from harvesting any kind of crops, vanilla crops mainly. You have to break it though, so our right clicking to gain it doesn't work for this verdant sprigs. Infernal bulbs are made from harvesting nether wart. So I had to go and run around the nether a little bit, collect up some of this stuff, and so that I can now run along this little area here and harvest nether wart and get some of those infernal sprigs. This is also a thing like this. There we go. I got one first time. Nice. So these dragon's eye come only from harvesting these plants, and these flowers I can then replant here to get those going. I had one from when we went to the end the first time, and as you see, I just harvested 3 there, and I've only ended up with 1 dragon's eye, so that's nice and simple and good. And this is going like that. I wonder if they grow from there. I wonder if that just keeps growing up, and this will never grow again. I'm going to leave that and see the mechanics. I don't know, so I'm going to check that out a bit later on. But yeah, I've got the basics there, and then there's the next things, which is a cauldron, I think. Yeah, a little mortar, should I say? A mortar. And we also need a pestle, which is diorite. And I believe, as I haven't got any diorite actually on me or in my mountain, that I can get 5 stone and turn it into 5 diorite through chisel. Thank you very much, chisel. That's awesome. And then make the mortar. Yeah, or the pestle. So I've got a pestle and mortar, and that allows me to basically crush up all sorts of things. So I need to put that down on the floor over here. Still crafting area. I want to put the ritual circle in here. There we go. Look, that's all there is to it. Okay, good. And you should be able to put items into there. Look, you see? But I don't want to put any items in just yet. I'm going to carry on harvesting bits and pieces and getting up a bit of a profit, as it were. So I'll leave that down beside it there like that. And that's the basics that I've figured out so far. Also, using a bit of chisel and bits, I can turn one of these into a chiseled stone. I don't know exactly if that's right, because this imbuing thing shows a chiseled stone bricks, and it might be the right thing. I'm hoping it is the right thing. Anyway, that goes in the middle, and those 4 around the outside. Okay, I've discovered that it's not the right thing. Did I put those in the wrong place? Yes, I did put them in the wrong place. Let's have a look. Once again, do I have to craft this particularly? Chiseled stone bricks. Okay, Minecraft stone bricks, chiseled stone bricks with sticks in the corners. Okay. So what did I do wrong there? Aha, there's chiseled stone bricks. There's chiseled stone circular. There's chiseled stone bricks. Okay, so there's a difference in opinion about what is the same thing, essentially. They look the same thing, essentially, don't they? But they're not. There we go. Now I get an imbuer. We're also going to need to start harvesting the bark off various trees. And for that, pop, we need one of these things. A bark knife. So I need to bark knife things now. I need to go and grow some bark. Or maybe I could just place bark. Can I just place bark down? Can I just place block? Can I just block some bark? And okay, I can right click it and I get 4 bark per thing. That's good. So we've got 4 of those. That's good. So I can presumably do that with all of them. I managed to get 1 with that one. Did I do something different the first time? I don't know. Let's see. So right click and it made 1 bark and destroyed the log. What did I do that was different with the birchwood? Did I fake it somehow? I managed to get 4 out of 1. Okay, maybe there was just some trick to it. And then I get bark out of that as well. Okay, so I can kind of trick it and get the jungle bark. I think that's the only types. I've got oak, spruce, birch, jungle, and acacia. I don't have any acacia wood. Acacia wood. That's the one thing that I've not encountered. I've not encountered any acacia wood. I'm going to have to find out if there's anyone with some. I know who might have some. Grok will have some. Let's go over Groks and find some. Well, of course, my friendly neighbourhood duck had some. Of course he did. A duck farmer. Had a little bit of everything over in his random mishmash of a storage place over there. I borrowed just a couple of saplings and I've just bone mealed out to 22. Give me 50 acacia wood, which means that I can do something like this very quickly and get some bark. So now I've got all the different types of bark. That's good. And I know how to make it. Easy. Awesome. Great. Oh man, I think I can cheat it. Spam click it. Do you get more? I just got 3 from that. Let's see. I'm on 8. Okay, let's spam click it. Oh, I only got 1 then. Let's go. Oh, nearly. If I can get it on the top, or maybe. Oh. Try and do it before the server realizes what I'm doing. Oh, I think I got a few. Right. 20. That means I got 3 that time. Okay, and again. 24, yes, because I hit it 4 times before it realised. Yes. Okay, so normally, if you hit it once, you get 1. Oh, okay, I hit it 3 times then. I just don't get it. I don't get how the wood breaks so easily with the wood and stuff. But anyway, we know how to do that now. Now, these look like a pretty cool block. I need a few of them, as far as I can tell. I need quite a few. It's lapis and stone makes this runestone, and each 2 stone and 1 lapis makes 4, and then you can place them together to make these decorative runestone bricks, and you can put the runestone bricks together to make these decorative runestone tiles, and they look pretty cool. I like the look of these. These look really good. Look at that. That's really awesome looking, isn't it? And we can make another couple of those to get some bricks as well. See what the bricks look like. They look really smart. I like. Now, I can probably use these in and around the build area style thing with the other bits and pieces every time we use bits and pieces from it. But I'm not going to use them for right now. Let's just get rid of them into there for now. The runestone is going to be very important. I'm going to need runestone with little flint on it. I think that's what it was, yeah. We just used flint on it to make a runestone symbol. And the runestone symbol is used for crafting recipes. But it looks pretty cool as well, doesn't it? Yeah, I like that. That's good. And the next up then, I've got to start working on making this runestone mechanics. So I need one of those runestone symbols. I need the runestone, a couple of verdant roots, a poppy, and some blocks of gold. And then I'm also going to need some incense braziers. I'm going to need like 4 or 5 of these. I think 4 was all I've seen that you need. So just a lot of iron and a bit of string. You've got to make 4 of those up. And then the rituals themselves, like standing stones rituals. You make standing stones with these rituals and redstone. I need a few of those as well. And then there's these better standing stones, which is diamonds and nether brick and runic stones to make even more. That looks pretty good as well. And that then goes for things like these crafting here. So that's the altar in the middle with some standing stones around it. Burn some bark in the different things. There's only 4 slots there, which means I think we only need 4 braziers. And then that's what you put in the middle. It looks fairly straightforward to build up. I want to get to energized stones really quickly though, which is why we need this slightly more complicated route with the 3 tiers of different things from the rune stones and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to start making some of these standing stones to make an altar type setup just in here, and we'll see where we go from there to make stuff. So from what I know, we need 7 8 of these mundane standing stones, and they've got to be 2 away from the altar. So the altar in the middle is where things happens, and then we arrange these 2 away from the altar like so, and then we also put them in the corners like so. And I'm guessing that's working. That's going to work perfectly. I'm sure that is. That's like all you need for a basic setup, according to what you can do with these rituals and stuff. That's a slightly different thing, rituals and stuff. Let's look at monster reanimation, for instance. Yeah, there's 2 squares between each. So that's the initial sets there. But we need to have the next standing stones, the enhanced standing stones, which are the nether brick and diamond. And they are going to go all the way around outside of these ones. I keep picking the wrong things. No, that one. That monster animation. They need to go then 1 space out from each of the 4 cardinal directions. So I need 4 of those making. Okay, so now it looks like I got everything I need for the crafting purposes in roots. That's it. That's the highest tier roots altar as far as I can tell. It's that simple. I've got to do some spell crafting now though. Let's see, what spells do we want? I've got to pick a couple of spells, and we're going to take the spell ingredients and put them onto a staff. I also need to make a staff. The crystal staff allows me to put 4 spells on it. I think I have to put a diamond, a stick, and a blaze powder, and all of those things to make the staff into this first. And then I put the staff with the verdant sprig and all the spells that I want into there. So a little bit of work to still be done, but what spells do I want? Spells wise, there's quite a few to choose from. I was thinking of Sanctuary. The alluring red tulip has tied with some of the more demonic elements of the world. Using the above recipe, you can create a circle of warding that will keep these demonic creatures at bay and nullify their ranged attacks, and boost natural regeneration for those within the circle. Sounds cool, doesn't it? Sounds cool. Protection magics. I think that's what I want to go for with this kind of thing. So I'm going to end up with petal dust. I don't know what devil's flower does. I don't know what the demons and the devils they're talking about are. I don't know. Maybe it's stuff for the nether. There's also shielding, which is protection and resistance. Used above the nearby recipe, you can create a spell that will repel mobs and stop projectiles while holding right click on the spell. So that sounds pretty cool as well. I do need a sponge for that though, but I probably will find one at Grox. Okay, so now I've spent ages gathering all the materials together that I think I'm going to need. I've only really brought redstone for yeah, never mind. You'll understand in a minute, right? Let's see. I want to make some spells, right? And these spells are from the spells list here, right? I want to make Insanity, which is a poppy, a mushroom, and is it any mushroom? I hope it's any mushroom, not a red mushroom. It looks like it's just a red mushroom there. Raw beef. I didn't bring a red mushroom. I brought a brown mushroom. Poppy, brown mushroom, and raw beef. I think that could be my issue here. I'm supposed to put it into there, put that into there, put that into there, and then put some of this old root in there, and then grind it up with a pestle. No, I got it. No macerator required. Awesome. So the petal dust there is what I needed. Oh, you know what I wanted to do though? I wanted to put it on this. Okay. Well, that was something anyway. That's something. Yep, that's something. That's a spell type. What? That is the Insanity spell dust. Right? I think. Could be really wrong here. Sanctuary. That's the red tulip, nether brick, and that. I decided against that one. I went for the shielding instead, which is the orange tulip, the sponge, and the leather. While holding right click on the spell, you can push mobs away from you. So let's see how this one works. So it was the orange tulip, the sponge, and the leather, and also an old root to make it all work. Let's put that in there, that in there, that in there, and the old root in there to make it all work. And I would like to give it a little bit more potency. No, I want to put that in there. Put that. I can't put redstone in there. Okay, I thought we could put redstone in there to help it out. Obviously not then. Okay, so let's put the 3 ingredients in there and a piece of old root. Right, let's just check this, because it said that there was something I could do with modifiers. Mixing some modifiers into your spells can make them much more powerful. Potency modifiers, Glowstone to Dust, will improve the strength of the spell's effect. Efficiency modifiers will improve the casting cost and number of uses the spell has. Size modifiers, Gunpowder, will improve the area of effect of the spells. Yeah. For the spells to have modifiers, certain base ingredients are required. Old roots will allow the spell to be crafted, but no permanent modifiers. Verdant Sprigs can support one modifier. Aha, Verdant Sprig to support one modifier. I see. Okay, so I need to take that out, that old root out, and instead of old root, I will need to put in one of these. So if I put in a Dragon's Eye, then potentially I get 3 modifiers for a Dragon's Eye, so therefore I can put 3 bits of redstone in. 1, 2, 3 bits of redstone in. Yeah, that's how it works. And then when I crush it up, that will become Shielding Petal Dust. Okay, this one's Insanity Petal Dust, that one's Shielding Petal Dust. Okay, now I can see what's going on. Awesome. And the other one that I wanted to do, well, 2 more actually. Shielding, that was that one. I'm actually thinking of Growth on a thing later, so not that one. Regeneration, here we go. A peony, a melon, and red dye. So we're going to go peony, a melon, and a red dye. Put those in there. And again, get... Well, I've got 2 Dragon's Eye left, so I'll do that. Get 3 mods in there. 1, 2, 3. And then mess it up. Oh, yes. And that gives us regeneration. Awesome. And then the last one that I want to put on this staff was Nature's Cure. Which removes any effects currently on you, removes them, as well as healing you a small amount for each removed effect. Apple, glistening melon, and golden apple. Right? So we want the apple, glistening melon, and golden apple combo. I don't know if it makes any difference what order I put them in, but then the Dragon's Eye can go in there and give me less cost, more potency or whatever. Less cost is the important part there, though. That's for those. And then mess it up. Thank you. That gives me Nature's Cure. Alright. Awesome. Okay, next up then. Next up. I wanted to do a staff. Okay, I want a crystal staff. To make the crystal staff, I need these set up here in the grid here. Diamond stick and blaze powder in there with a block of coal, dark oak bark, verdant sprig, and birch. So I got that. I got a dark oak bark and birch bark. I think that's what it just said, wasn't it? Did I get that wrong? Let's check. Okay, coal, dark oak, verdant, and birch. Yes. Okay, so the coal will go into that one, the dark oak into that one, the verdant into that one, and the birch into that one. Okay, and then we're supposed to light them. Oh, you're joking me. I don't have a flint of steel on me. Oh, maybe I do in the bag. I've got so much stuff. Yeah, I got a flint of steel. Good. Okay. We need that. We need that flint of steel. We need to light these braziers now. Bing, bong. They're smoking, so that means they're working. That one, that one. I don't know how long they last, so I'm just gonna get on with it as fast as I can, I suppose. Put that on the floor. And then what are we supposed to do to make the staff again? We're supposed to add the other items into it. Here, look. Supposed to add them in. A diamond, a stick, and a blaze powder. Okay, so diamond, a stick, and a blaze powder onto there, like that. And then what? I shift right click it. And the magic begins to happen. This is where the magic happens. Okay, cool music. Stuff's happening. And there's my staff. Alright, so now I've got this crystal staff. And when I'm holding it, it's showing me down there how much magic I've got. And I've got 10 bars of magic. I got a crystal staff with 10 bars of magic. And there's nothing that this has that I can do with it right now. I can either do the same ritual again, I guess, because I've got the same incense burning. Or I can shift right click these to turn them off. I don't get the things back, so it's kind of wasteful in that respect that I don't get the things back. But then I know I need to put these things onto here. So I don't know which order it'll go in, and I don't think it matters which order they will go in. So I'm going to put regeneration in first, then I'm going to put curing in next. I'm going to put shielding and insanity on as well. Shielding and insanity on, okay, so that's all set up, and I'll light those in a minute. The thing about this now is that I've got to put something onto here, so that means I add spells, simply put them in there, and then Verdant Sprig and the Staff with that setup of ritual, and I can do it. So one of those, and one of those, and that should be all I need to add in. So it's very Botania-like in its crafting. I like that they've brought this sort of crafting in, where you do things a little different, a little cooler crafting rituals. Shift-click that, and then it happens. There's no GUIs or anything like that. It's very Botania with no GUIs showing you what to do and all that kind of stuff. It's got a little book to show you what to do, and then bing, it's made all the things. Okay, so I've got a staff of 256 uses remaining. Awesome. And if I shift click, I change what it is. So shielding is the orange top, the nature's cure is the red top, regeneration is the purple top, and insanity is that top. Wow. Well, that's cool. So I've got all 4 spells now on that staff, and it's a staff of healing, basically. It's Nemsun's staff of healing. And that will do for this episode. So that's all we got time for today, folks. But I can sit here right-clicking my staff and changing its colours and abilities. It's awesome. I like. That gives me a regeneration effect. Whee! It's pretty awesome, isn't it? That's the quick and very, very to the point roots mod kind of stuff that I wanted to get done. I really want to get a few more of the standing stones and stuff, like the permanent effects around the base. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted the ritual altars and all that kind of stuff here, and to basically understand how to do roots. It was not a tutorial by any means, but most of the elements are there. It is a very simple mod. Awesomely very simple, to the point, easy to get to grips with, and I'm going to be messing around with it a little bit more while I'm building around this area. So thank you all very much for watching today's episode of Quantus on the FTOG server, playing around with a little bit of roots. I will see you in the next very soon. Goodbye.